Hey guys, welcome back. Today I have something different to show you guys. Normally I would be reviewing my 1 to 18 scale model cars collection, but today I thought I would show you some of my 1 to 64 scale die cast collection as well. So the collection that I will be showing you guys are the Hot Wheels Premium Fast and Furious Fast Stars Series. So the first one is the Mitsubishi Eclipse, and then we have the 1992 Ford Mustang, and then we have the Jeep Grand Cherokee Trackhawk, we have the Dodge Charger, as well as the Lykan Hypersport as well. So these series, I believe they were released back in 2020, so a few years ago now. And back then, I don't think they were that difficult to collect, but I do remember I have to go through a few different towns in order to complete the collections, because some people might not have the interest to collect all 5 of them, so they would just pick 1 or 2 of them to add to their collection. So the most famous 2 or 3 are the Eclipse, the Dodge Charger, and the Lykan Hypersport. So they are slightly more difficult to find compared to the Mustang and the Grand Cherokee. So as I said, I have to visit a few different towns in order to complete my collection, but it wasn't too difficult. Nowadays, I'm not sure if you'll still be able to find them in shops. Very unlikely. You probably have better chance trying to locate them on eBay. And I had a quick look before I recorded this video. I think each of them in the UK now, it cost about £20 up to 40 something pound per model cast. Depends which seller you are buying it for or buying it from. So we'll be looking at, over 100 to £150 worth of 1 to 60 scaled die cast collection. I mean, these are relatively small. They're only, about the length of my little finger. So they are very small for, what they are and how much they are worth nowadays. But, they are in my collection. I still have them inside the blister or in the cage. So I just thought I would show you guys part of my collection. There will be a lot more to follow. Some of you guys who follow my channel probably are aware that I have over 600 of these 1 to 64 scale model cars on top of my 1 to 18 and 1 to 10 or 1 to 12 scale model cars collection as well. So stay tuned, and I'm sure you will get to see my entire collection. So today's video, let's just quickly go through what I have here with the Fast and Furious Fast Stars collection. So this is car number 1 out of 5. This is the Mitsubishi Eclipse, and on the back packaging you can see the entire collection: the Eclipse, the Mustang, Grand Cherokee, the Dodge Charger, and the Lykan Hypersport. And you can see this model, they are made in Thailand, and a lot of the model cars are fully licensed. So just to give you guys a quick overview of the Mitsubishi Eclipse. So first of all, you can see the very iconic Mitsubishi Eclipse, and this car was featured in the very first original Fast and Furious, or the Fast and the Furious, and this is the car that Paul Walker was driving. So the color is pretty bright, and you can see the graphics around the car and the carbon bonnet as well. I mean, the bonnet is think they used a tampon print or a decal to replicate the carbon fiber pattern. The car itself is pretty detailed. You can see the headlight, the front intercooler, the air vents, side air vent, the wheels, side graphic, the rear spoiler, the rear wing, as well as the rear details as well. You can see there is a big exhaust at the back as well. So the difference between the normal Hot Wheels and the Hot Wheels Premium Edition are the model cars are made slightly better. You can see the details and the graphic are a bit better than the normal Hot Wheels collection, and they also give you better wheels. So these wheels are the real riders wheels, and they also give you proper rubber tire as well. Whereas the normal Hot Wheels, the wheels and the tires are pretty much molded in one piece, whereas the Premium Edition, these are all separate. And then the underside, you can see the under chassis detailed. This is a 1995 Mitsubishi Eclipse made by Hot Wheels. And then the information about Mental, and the model is made in Thailand. It's a pretty nice looking model. Next, which is number 2 out of 5, we have the 1992 Ford Mustang. You have those similar details at the back with the remaining collection in the series. And then the car itself is done pretty nicely with the metallic blue paint. And again, the Hot Wheels Premium collection, they do provide you with real rubber tires as well as the real riders wheels. So on this you can see the partially wrapped front bonnet. You can see the bonnet locking pins as well. The headlamps are quite nice. I think there's something written on the bumper where the number plate is located. I can't quite read the writing from here. I think there's a Ford logo in the middle as well. And then the wheel details, they're pretty nice. Definitely better than the normal Hot Wheels. And then the interior, you can see it's quite well. You do have the driver and passenger seat. I can see there is a gear stick in the middle, some details in the center console, as well as the steering wheel and the speedometer is all there. And then at the back you can see the twin exhaust, as well as the brake light details as well. Let me see if I could show you the interior of the Eclipse as well. It's probably a little bit more tricky because the Eclipse does have the side window as well, but you can see through from the windscreen. Only just you can see the details in the center console as well as the steering wheel, and on the side you can see the racing seat. And then at the back you probably can just about to see the two NAS cans right there. If you have seen the movie, you would definitely know what I'm talking about. The two NAS cans are right here. Next, we have the Jeep Grand Cherokee Trackhawk. Very similar back printing. And then the model itself, it's pretty nice. So at the front, you can see the front grille, the headlights, they're all very detailed. There is something on the number plate as well. You can see the Jeep logo at the top, and then the mesh on the lower bumper, and there's 2 air vents on the bonnet. The wheels, again, they are very nice. The real rider's wheels with real rubber, and then there's some printing on the side of the car as well. Grand Cherokee. And if you look at the back, you can see the quad exhaust, the brake light, the Jeep logo, number plate. This one even have a rear windscreen wiper molded to the rear window, which is quite cool. And then the interior, you can see the steering wheel, the seats, etc. It's all there. And there is a roof as well. You can see right through from the top. And then at the bottom, you can see the (2019) Jeep Grand Cherokee Trackhawk, and the details on the underside. Pretty cool. Sorry, I forgot to show you guys the underside of the Ford Mustang as well. Then moving on, number 4 out of 5 is the Dodge Charger, driven by Dominic Toretto. And I believe this car was featured in Fast 9, same as the Grand Cherokee and the Ford Mustang. So the Ford, the Jeep, and the Dodge Charger, they're all from Fast 9. The Mitsubishi Eclipse is from the first Fast and Furious, and then the next one, the Lykan Hypersport, is from Fast 7. So coming back to the Dodge Charger, very similar back printing with the information and the license company and the decals they used on the model. And then the model itself, this model has a matte finish, which is really cool. It also features the gold color real rider's wheels with real rubber. So the car itself, you can see the front grille in chrome, and then the bonnet, you can see the indentation as well as the locking pins. That I believe is it might be the fuel cap. I'm not 100% sure. And then on the side, you can see the door handle and the keyhole. And inside, you can see the gear stick as well as the steering wheel and the dash. And then the rear, you have the quad brake lights with the Dodge name in the middle. And if you look through the rear window, there's a lot of details there as well. Some heavy engine modification. And there is also a roll cage inside as well, which is pretty cool. And then the underside, you can see this is a 1968 Dodge Charger. And again, it's made in Thailand. Pretty cool model. And finally, we have the W Motors Lycan Hyper Sport. Same back printing with the information and the licensing. Lycan Hyper Sport. So this is the car that was driven by Dominate and Paul Walker. So Vin Diesel and Paul Walker in Fast 7, the one that they jump through from one building to another. And just like the other 4 models, they all have real riders wheels and real rubber tires. So this one on the underside, you can see it's W Motors Lycan Hyper Sport. Hot Wheels made in Thailand and 2020 Mattel. It's pretty cool. You can see the rear diffuser on this model as well. So looking at the front, you can see the Lycan logo on the bonnet, and then you have the details for the headlight, the daytime running light, I believe, as well as the grille on the lower bumper. Side profiled, the wheels are pretty nice. And then you can see the front windscreen, there is a windscreen wiper. You can see the entire dash, and I think you could just about to see the steering wheel cluster and the dash as well. Can't see much through the side window. It is relatively small, and they also put a window on it, so it's harder to see through. And then on the top towards the rear, you can see there's another rear window with some carbon fiber pattern at the back, which is nice. And look at the profile of the Lycan Hyper Sport. Looks so cool. Now coming to the back, you can see the mesh, the rear spoiler, the brake lights, the Lycan logo, and the name written as well. It's pretty detailed for a 1:64 scale die-cast model. And here you can see the exhaust pipe in the middle as well. I believe that is the exhaust pipe. Correct me if I'm wrong. So there you are, the 5 Fast and the Furious Fast Stars collection, number 1 to number 5. They're all in die-cast and 1:64 scale model. I hope you guys enjoyed this quick review of my 1:64 model cars collection. there will be a lot more of the 1/64 scaled models coming up. So I will see you guys next time. Until then, enjoy collecting your model cars. Take care and see you in the next one. Bye for now.